G'day everybody. Done a little bit more work on the master bedroom slash ensuite project. Got all the framework in now for the built-in wardrobe, so it's all been shifted to the other wall. Just put the doors on just to see how they all how they slide, how height, width, all that sort of stuff, and it's come up pretty good. So no plaster work's been done yet because I'm not going to do that until obviously the window goes in, and then this entire wall has to be stripped of its plaster and new boards put all the way along, and then either side of the doorway here and the roof, of course. So, but at the moment it's functioning. So there's no shelving in there. I'm building cabinets that will slide into the wardrobe itself. As you can see, I've sort of I've marked some things out on the concrete slab, so the cabinets will slide in. I've got these mechanisms I got from work that allow you to hang your jackets and things up the top there, and it has a handle, and you pull the handle down and then they basically fold right out, so you can utilize all that top area. So I've got 4 of those. They're all right hands, but I'm actually going to run only 2 in here. So obviously one on this side, so we'll hang shirts at the top, and then there'll be a shelf here somewhere with a normal chrome rod across there, and my jeans, because they don't hang as far down as shirts, jeans will go in the bottom there. And then here obviously I'm going to have some more shelving, so there'll be 4 decent sized shelves, which will probably come up to about well above my head, so about 6 foot I'm guessing, and they'll store things like woolen jumpers and wind cheaters and tops and things like that. So there'll be four shelves there, and although it stops at 6 foot, I'll tell you the reasons why when I explain the next bit. So then here we're going to have some shelving for shoes that go up, and they'll be on an angle with a little like a little rail across the front to stop the shoes sliding out. So I think I've allowed for 8 shelves or something like that, which will take 2 pairs. And then that stops at 6 foot as well, and then it'll be a shelf that runs across these 2 sections of shelving, and then that will be for, I don't know, maybe things like maybe blankets or a spare pillow or something like that. So that'll be what used to be up the top when it was over here, but that was one long shelf that went across. But we're just going to have a small one there because I've downsizing a little bit, so I don't have as much stuff as I used to. So then the next one is going to be another hanging bay. So all my suits and anything that's in a suit bag is usually very long, so I'm going to run one of those arms off what will be the sideboard here, so I can still run a right hand, one of those right hand mechanisms that'll come down, and my suits will hang down to a certain spot, and then obviously there'll be shelves the rest of the way, and that'll be for things like t-shirts. So that's how we're going to do it. I've got all the melamine sheeting or laminated sheeting to do it. That's all out in the garage, but I haven't yet started on it. So that was another freebie that I got from an old workplace that they were throwing out, and I asked the boss, and he said, "Yep, no worries, you could take it, mate, because that just gives us more room in the dumper bin to put more rubbish in." So I loaded all that up, brought it home, never knew what I was going to use it for, and now the project's presented itself. So I'll get that down off the rafters in the garage and start putting together some cabinets. So I'll make them in two pieces, because I need to share the middle upright here. I need to share that. So but I want to make two cabinets and have a side for this one and then a side for that one. I want it to be all in one piece, but the problem is I don't have the room to be able to slide it all in one piece. So I have to build it as two modules, and then once it's in, I can then screw through the upright, what'll be the divider board. I can screw through that and into the shelves that'll be there for the shoes. So that's the idea. So make it in two pieces, give myself a little bit of push room, and like get it in and then slide it back and bolt it all together. So yeah. I also took one of the pieces of masonite too and just put that in there. I'm just going to I'll just paint this and paint it the same colour as the wall, whatever colour I decide to use in this room. Still got the cornice to put in. Put another piece of that masonite sheeting up here, but I don't think I'll need to run cornice along here, to be honest. I think that's a little bit of overkill, because from the outside you never see it, but the sides you do see it. So I'm lucky I've only got the one piece, so that's going to be a really easy plaster job inside there. This fits so well up against the wall. All I'm going to do is just use some No More Gaps and just squirt some No More Gaps up there. I'm not even going to put quad in there. It's going to be a really nice, clean finish. And also the cabinets will only sit back to this back edge of this door frame. So there will be, what would that be? That'd be nearly, I guess, about 2 inches or 50 mil or something. So I lose that, but that gives me my little bit of wiggle space to sort of get both the cabinets in and be able to push them together and bolt them together. And it's the same up the other end. I lose a little bit up the other end, but yeah, so it'll sit nice and flush here. So this will never be seen anyway, to be honest. So yeah, there's a few things still to do on that, but I'm happy with how everything worked out. It's always hard using second-hand materials. You sort of got to patch up and do a few little things. Obviously, I don't know, the roof here and the way they tied it into the wall frame was a little different than what I could do up there. I had to cut into the cornice, had no idea what framing was behind it, so I had to, use a little bit of packer to get that top plate up to the ceiling, and I had to manipulate it with the with my little I can't even think what they call this now. Slipped my mind, but you know what I'm talking about. You can see it. So my little crowbar type thing, pry bar. So yeah, I had to sort of lift it up, and you can probably see just a little bit of a spacer up there, just to hold that top plate up, because the roof was sagging a little bit. So I really had to force it up, and so there's a little bit of, it's not perfect, but this is all the old timber. So I'm obviously the ceiling changes on this wall, on this section of roof compared to this section of roof here. So I've done the best I can. It's not going anywhere. It's anchor bolted in here in 2 spots. It's nailed through the wall into studs. Yeah, and then everything is nailed with 3-inch nails. You bought the compressor and nail gun in, and just went stupid on it. So it's never going to move. It's solid. you know, it doesn't have to support the doors because the doors sit on the rollers. That top track is just a guide. There's no weight on it whatsoever. So this thing's never going to fall down. So guys, I'll leave it at that. I haven't done, oh actually there is one other thing. I did clean up the ceiling here where I peeled back, or took the cornice off. It was going to be too much to clean this entire section along here, so I just trimmed it up. This section wasn't too bad. I was able to get a metal scraper underneath the edge. I scored it again on the outside of the what was remaining there. I scored it with the Stanley knife, and then got that metal scraper in with the hammer, and I just like chiseled it away, and that's come up as good as any surface that I've had in the house before, where I've had to put a roof section in. So I know that will come up really good once I join it. So that's basically ready to take a piece of plasterboard. But like I said, until I'm ready to do the whole room, I'm not going to go out and buy one sheet just to do that. I've got to buy the whole lot because I've got to get it all home. I've got to get it all home in one trip. I can't be making 6 trips because the board's long, you know. I'm hoping to be able to get the longest sheet I can get, so I don't have any joins in the wall. I just want to be able to, you know, bang 2 sheets in there and nail it in, and that's it. Yeah, don't want to be patching and joining and stuff like that, so yeah. Okay, leave it here. It's been long enough. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.